Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This video is going to be part 2 of our driving license video.
Hi guys, so today I will share my experience on the G2 drive test. Some of you may be surprised to see me talk instead of Mansa, but I promise you I will not bore you and just make it quick and short. Since we got an overwhelming response on our first part of the license video, so we decided to share my experience on the G2 drive test as well. So if you have not already watched the video, I recommend you do so. So you can see the video pop up right here or here somewhere, but I'll make sure to put the link in the description as well. I hope you watch this video till the end because we have covered the Mississauga Drive Test route on which you usually give the G2 drive test. So please stay till the end and watch the whole video. So I passed my G2 drive test in my first attempt. Also I took my test at Jan this year. So this was about 8 months after I took my G1 knowledge test. So now why after 8 months and not 12 months? So for this I would highly recommend you again watch the first part of the license video. So the major difference between the G2 and G license drive test is that in G2 you don't have to drive on highways. It's just inside the city and on the local roads. In G2 they usually test how safely you drive the car, how well you control the vehicle or the car which you will be taking test in, and also if you know all the traffic rules and regulations. They will also check if you follow all the road signs properly, and they also in the end or in between the test they also check your parking skills. So for the test you need to book the dates online in advance, and if you are a new driver and haven't driven before anywhere, make sure you book it on weekdays after 10:30 and before 3:30. That's when the traffic will be at its lowest and it will be easier for you to give your test. I had booked my test well in advance during December end, and I got the January end dates, and it was a weekday, I guess Tuesday, and the timing was around 11:15, so there was not much traffic. I reached the test center about half an hour before the allotted time. You need to park your vehicle in the designated parking spot and go inside the test center and take a token and wait for your turn inside the car. So the supervisor or the examiner will then come, and first of all he will ask you to turn on the car, then check the brakes, the brake lights, and also the indicators if they are working properly. If they are, he will sit inside and introduce himself and ask you to drive outside the test center. My examiner was very calm and he gave clear instructions on what needs to be done. My test lasted for about 25 to 30 minutes, which is the average or the usual duration of the G2 drive test. So you have to drive in around the city for about 20 to 25 minutes, that's it. He asked me to drive on all kinds of roads, so the speeds ranging from 30 kilometers per hour in the residential areas or the school zones up to 70 kilometers per hour on the main road. So be prepared to match the speed according to the speed signs on the road, and main aspect on which he tests you is the safety of other drivers while you're driving on the road. So once we went into the residential area, which has a speed limit of 40 or in some places 30 kilometers per hour, he asked me to do a 3-point turn. We also did a parallel parking and uphill curbside parking. So be prepared to do any type of parking he requests you to. If at all the parking test is not possible in the residential areas, once you come back to the test center, he may ask you to do a reverse parking or front parking in the designated parking zone. And one more thing which we forgot to mention during our first part of the license video was the validity of your driving license extract. So it's just 6 months from the day you get the extract. So make sure you take your G1 test within 6 months of your driving license extract. I took the driving license from the same instructor as Mansa's, and we'll make sure to put his details in description in this video as well. I took just 4 lessons for me to gain complete confidence for my before my test date, and it may vary on your experience. Also, just a suggestion: ask your instructor to make you familiarize you with the drive test route, especially during holidays and or the Sundays, because it will boost your confidence during the test date, since you will be familiar with the roads, especially the speed limits of each road on which you need to take your test, and it will definitely help you during the test.
So this was Chetan's experience of his G2 drive test. We'll now show you the route of G2 drive test for Mississauga, so that you guys will be familiarized with the turns and the speed limit.
This is the Mississauga Drive Test Centre. So make sure you park your vehicle in any of the designated parking spots. You can see the numbers on the parking spots. You should remember those number when you go inside to take your token, because while taking the token you need to enter your parking spot number along with the your car's brand and number plate as well. Now I'll show you the test route which usually the examiner asks you to drive on. So this was also the route for my test as well. So make sure you keep your speed above around 10 kilometers per hour at least on these speed breakers, because they expect you to drive very safely and not cause any disturbance to other drivers who are coming here for the test. So please make sure you stop at all the stop signs. If you don't see any speed limit sign, then assume it's around 50 and you can drive till around 55 to be on the safer side. Don't go above 55 because it might be a negative impression on your end. So once you come to this stop sign, most of the examiners will ask you to take a left turn from here. You need to make an all point stop, check for the traffic and take a left turn. Once you take a left turn, make sure you check the traffic behind and immediately give a signal and go on the rightmost lane. So still, since you don't see any speed sign, maintain around 55. Now we need to take a left turn at this signal, so give a sign. If it's red, make sure you stop near the designated line for your left turn and wait. So this is the dairy road. The speed limit on the dairy road is 70 kilometers per hour. You can see the signal there. The 70 km per hour speed limit begins from this particular junction, and once you take the left turn, you make sure you go to the rightmost lane. There are 3 lanes on this dairy road. Maintain your speed on the left turn, take an immediate left and give the indicator for your right signal. Once you're in the middle lane, stop the signal and take another right turn to go on the rightmost lane. Maintain your speed around 70 to 75. Don't go above that. It's considered unsafe, at least during the test. At this signal, he'll ask you to take a right turn and go inside the residential area. So give a right turn, check for the ongoing traffic. This is a 40 only area since it's a residential area. So maintain about 40 to 42 kilometers per hour speed only. We went straight and I'll just show you the route where we took the left turn. Be careful about the parked cars. They may sometimes be out of their designated zone, but it's your responsibility to drive safely, at least during the tests. So at this upcoming stop sign, we took a left turn. So the instructor, he or she may ask you to do a parallel parking if there is any car or any truck parked anywhere. So he may ask you to parallel park or do a curbside parking. He may also, if there is any slope in your test route, he may ask you to do an uphill or downhill curbside parking. Examiner may just ask you to roam around in these residential areas until all his tasks are completed. For example, parking, 3-point turn, and going into the checking your skills, how you manage the speed limit in such areas. So make sure you practice all those things properly before you go to your test. So right now we are going back towards the test center. Don't panic if there is a lot of ongoing traffic at the time of your test. So you need to constantly make head movements just to satisfy the examiner that you are properly checking all directions while making a stop or taking a turn. So keep checking your mirrors or even the blind spots whenever you stop the car or whenever you're taking the turn. This is the same dairy road from which we took the left turn while coming towards this area. So now need to take a left turn and go back towards the test center. So take a left turn, give signal, go in the middle lane, increase your speed, again give signal and go to the rightmost lane, maintaining the speed again. While going back to the test center again, check for all the stop signs. Be in the rightmost lane, because unless the examiner asks you to change the lanes, be in the rightmost lane. So this was it, guys. This was our part 2 of the license video, and all the best for everyone who is taking the test in summer or in coming days. And do let us know in the comment section if you have any other questions. We will for sure answer all of your queries. Please like, share and subscribe if you found this video useful, and do share it among your friends and family. Thank you.
तू आहेस ना बरोबर दिसतोस ना. So this was G2. This was
G2.
ये लवकर
Test for
route.
the route of the Mississauga G2 Drive Test.